and then again I do a second discount, another 10%, but I discount the new price that was already been discounted once. So after second discount, the price is 90% of the already discounted price. So of 90% of X, okay? 90% of 90% of X. Welcome back, guys. This is the third episode of our mathematical progression series, so to speak, where we cover basically mathematics from grade 5, and we'll see how far we go, hopefully to grade 12. Today's video is about decimals, and this topic again follows from the previous one, which was about fractions. As you know, decimals are just another way to write fractions. Instead of having a numerator and denominator, you have an integer part and a decimal part. Okay? With that being said, let's jump into the game. Okay, what is 5 minus 2.35? Now, for my American audience, hopefully there is one, here in Bulgaria, and I think in Europe as well, instead of writing the decimal with a dot like 2.35, 2.35, we write it with the comma. So this 2.35 actually means 2.35, okay? So the question is, what is 5 minus 2.35? 5 seconds, calculated, no calculators please. We solve the problems here without the need of calculator. We are learning how to calculate, okay? If we use the calculator, we cannot learn how to calculate. We have to do it without calculators. Think about it and tell me the answer. Did you find D, 2.65? That is correct. Let's work it out together. 5.00 minus 2.35. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Here I get 1. 9 minus 3 is 6. Write the dot. And here I have 1 as well. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay. If you don't know how to do this, well, tell me in the comments below and I can make a separate video, okay? But this is very basic stuff. It's basic subtraction, okay? (36.5) minus 16.5 divided by 5 is equal to which of the following? 5 seconds, pause the video if you need to and tell me the answer. Did you find C, 33.2? Let's work it out together. So the question was 36.5 minus 16.5 divided by 5. Obviously we have priorities of operations, so first is the division and after that we subtract. So first we need to divide 16.5 by 5. I copy 36.5 minus, and I start dividing. 16 divided by 5 is 3. Okay, I get a remainder of 1. I add the dot here, bring down the 5, I get 15 divided by 5, which is 3, so 3.3. And now I perform the subtraction. 5 minus 3 is 2, write the dot or the comma here. 6 minus 3 is 3, and 3 minus 0 is 3, 33.2. Okay. I thought of a number, I added the product of 10 and 0.075 to my number, and I got a quarter of 35. What was my number? Was it 2.3, 15.5, 8 or 7.5? Think about it, 5 seconds, and give me the answer. Okay, did you find C, 8? 8 is correct. Let's work it out. I thought of a number that would be X, right? I added the product of 10 and 0.075. So plus 10 times 0.075, and I got a quarter of 35. So 1/4 times 35. So X plus, when we multiply by 10, as you know, we switch the dot to the right by 1 position. So this would not equals but plus. So X plus 0.75 equals to 35 over 4. Okay, we're going to use fractions here, it's easier. 0.75 in terms of a regular fraction is 3/4. Okay, so X plus 3/4 equals 35/4. X equals 35 over 4 minus 3 over 4, which is 32 over 4, which is equal to 8. And that's the answer. Let's go to the next one. A taxi charges the following rates: an initial fee of 70 cents, 85 cents per kilometer traveled, and 22 cents per minute of waiting time. What is the cost of a trip covering 4 kilometers with 5 minutes of waiting time? Think about it, 5 seconds, and tell me the answer. Did you find A, $5.2? Let's work it out. The cost, let's denote the cost with C. It will equal 70 cents, which is $0.7 as an initial fee, plus 85 cents, which is $0.85, times the kilometers traveled, because this is 85 cents per kilometer traveled. So we traveled for 4 kilometers, so we multiply by 4, and we add 22 cents, which is $0.22 per minute of waiting time, and the taxi had waited us for 5 minutes, so we have to multiply by 5 here. Okay, and just calculate again without calculators. 0.7 plus 4 times 5 is 20, 0 and 2 we retain. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 2 is 34. 34, and we have to add 2 digits after the decimal point. Okay, so this will be $3.40 plus 2 times 5 is 10, 0, 1. 2 times 5 is 10, 1 is 11. Again, we add 2 digits after the decimal point. We get to 1.1. And now we simply add these numbers. So this is like 0.70. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 7 is 12. 2, we retain 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 0 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 520 USD. Okay, this is the answer. A laptop's initial price was $800, but it got discounted twice, first by 10% and after that by another 5%. What was the price after the second discount? Think about it. 5 seconds and give me the answer. Okay, did you find D? $684. $800 minus 10% discount of the price of 800. So this is 800 minus 80, 720 USD. This is after the first discount. And then we do another discount by 5%. So 720 minus 5% of 720. Now 5% is 5 over 100. You know, when we have percentage, this means divide by 100, which is the same as 1 over 20. So 720 minus 720 over 20. 72 divided by 2, we can reduce. You remember the previous topic of fractions, right? This is 36. So 720 minus 36. So 10 minus 6 is 4, 1 here. 11 minus 3 is 8, 1 here. And 7 minus 1 is 6. 684 USD. And this is the answer. Okay. The salary of an employee is $840 per month. His health insurance is 8% of his salary. What is the monthly cost of his health insurance? Okay. Think about it. Okay. Now, for some reason I typed here 80.5. Here it should be again. I intended to have a comma here, okay? I intended to be 80,5 to indicate 80.5. But anyway, tell me the answer. Okay. Did you find A? 67.2? We just have to calculate what is 8% out of his salary, right? So 8% times 840. Again, we convert 8% into a fraction. So this is 8 over 100 times 840. 1 0 with 1 0, we basically reduce by 10. So we can reduce further. Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. We don't need to reduce the 10 because it's easy to divide by 10. So let's just multiply 8 times 84 over 10, okay? And then we'll simply switch the comma by one position to the left because we're dividing by 10. So 8 times 84. 8 times 4 is 32. 2, we retain 3. 8 times 8 is 64. Plus 3 is 67 over 10. And now we simply move the comma one point position to the left. So we get to 67.2. And that is the answer. Okay. A certain medicine costs $32 at the pharmacy. Anna's grandma got that medicine with a 10% discount due to her Medicare insurance. How much did she pay for the medicine? 5 seconds and tell me the answer. Did you find B, 28.8? That is correct. Let's see why. The discount was 10% times 32, which is $3.2. So she paid the price minus the discount, right? 32 minus 3.2, which is 28.8 USD. Okay. Nine students from grade 5 received excellent marks. These students represent 30% of the entire class. How many students are there in the class? 27, 30, 33 or 36? 5 seconds. Think about it and tell me the answer. Okay. Did you get B again? 30. 9 students represent 30% of the class. So 30% of X is the entire class, equals to 9. Okay. So this is 3/10 times X equals 9. X equals 9 times the reciprocal. 10 over 3 equals to 30 students. Let's go to the next one. After a 15% discount, the price of a jacket became $102. What was the price before the discount? Okay. Think about it, 5 seconds, and give me the answer. Did you find A, 120? 120 is correct. If the discounted price is 15% less than the original price, this basically means that when we have the original price, which is 100% of itself, minus 15% discount, the discounted price represents 85% of the original price. Okay, so we subtract 15% discount, we get to with 85% of the original price. So our equation simply becomes 85% of X equals 102. Again, 85 over 100 times X equals 102. x equals 102 times 100 over 85. And here we have to reduce, so let's see. 85 and 100, we can divide them by 5. So 102 times 20 over 85 divided by 5, is it 17? Yes, it's 17. And then is 102 divisible by 17? Well, what number times 17 would give us to 102? Is it 6? 6 times 17, 2. We retain 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 102, yes. So this is 6, this is 1. And 6 times 20 is 120. Okay, let's move to the next one. What percentage is the discount of a bag if the old price is 180 and the discounted price is 153? What percentage is the discount? Think about it, 5 seconds, and give me the answer. Did you find D? 15%. So, old price is 180, discounted price is 153. This means that the discount would be the difference between these two prices, right? How much we subtracted from the old price to get to the new price. That's the discount. So discount equals 180 minus 153. So this will be 27, right? USD. And now we just need to figure out what percent is the discount of the original price. So we just write it as a percentage. 27 over 180 times 100. This is how we convert it into a percentage. So 100% I can add here, because 100% basically means 1, right? We are just multiplying by 1 essentially. So we can reduce 1 0 with 1 0. 18 we can reduce by 3 with 27. No, we can reduce by 9, right? 27 divided by 9 is 3. 18 divided by 9 is 2. And then we reduce 2 with the 10 that's remaining. We get to 5. So 3 times 5, 15%. Okay, let's go to the next one. A shop purchased supplies for $48,000 and incurred additional expenses of $22,000. The supplies were then sold for $100,000. These commas here indicate thousands. Okay. Yeah, they indicate thousands. What percentage of the gross income does the store's net income represent? Is it 30%, 40%, 60%, or 70%? 5 seconds. Okay, did you find A, 30%? This problem is relatively easy. Expenses, 48,000 plus 22,000 equals to 70,000. Gross income equals to 100,000, and this means that the net income will be just the gross income minus expenses, right? Net income 100,000 minus 70,000, this equals to 30,000. And we just need to convert the net income out of the gross income as a percentage. So it's 30,000 over 100,000 times 100%. So we divide by 10,000 basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We reduce this 10 with the 100. Here we get 10. 3 times 10 is 30%. That's it. A merchant made 2 consecutive discounts for 10% each on a jacket. After the second discount, the price was $121.50 USD. What was the initial price of the jacket? Think about it, 5 seconds, and give me the answer. Did you find C, 150? That is correct. Let's work it out. After the second discount, the price was $121.50. After the second discount, okay, and we made 2 consecutive discounts for 10% each, right? So how do we write this? Let's denote the original price by X, okay? Let X be the original price. Again, think about it in this way. If I make a 10% discount, my discounted price, my new price, will be 90% of the original, because from 100% I subtract 10%, I get 90%, right? I'll give you a very simple example. If a jacket costs $100 and I discount it by 10%, this means I discount by $10, the new price will be 90, which is 90% of the original, okay? So we can write it in this way. After first discount, the price is 90% of X, 90% times X. And then again, I do a second discount, another 10%, but I discount the new price that was already been discounted once. So after second discount, the price is 90% of the already discounted price. So of 90% of X, okay? 90% of 90% of X. So what is 90% times 90%? 90% times 90%, this is 90 over 100 times 90 over 100 times X. I reduce 1 0 1 0 0 0, so I get 9 times 9 is 81 over 100 times X, which is basically 81% of X. So I make 2 consecutive discounts by 10% each, my new price after the second discount will be 81% of the original price. So my equation then becomes 81% x equals to 121.50. And again, I calculate it in a similar manner like the previous problems. X will equal to 121.50 times the reciprocal of 81%, which is 100 over 81. And then I simply reduce here. So I multiply the numerator by 100, I get 121.50. I switch the decimal point by 2 positions to the right, over 81. And now we know the first topic, right? Divisibility is 12,150 divisible, for instance, by 9. Well, you know the criterion for divisibility by 9. If the sum of the digits add up to 9, add up to a number which is divisible by 9, then the whole number is also divisible by 9, right? So I add the digits. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 5, 9, plus 0 is 9. So this number is divisible by 9. I reduce both by 9. I get 9 here. And then I start dividing. So 12 divided by 9 is 1, with a remainder of 3. 31 divided by 9 is 3, with a remainder of 4. 45 divided by 9 is 5, and I copy the 0 at the end. Okay. And now again I ask the same question: is 1,350 divisible by 9? Well, 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 5 is 9, plus 0 is 9. So yes, it is divisible again by 9. Here is 1. 13 divided by 9 is 1. I get a remainder of 4. 45 divided by 9 is 5. And I add the 0 at the end. So my answer is 150 USD. Okay. No calculators, guys. We are learning how to calculate by hand, so no calculators, please. Three brothers share the rent income from an inherited mansion. They pay 20% in taxes and $100 for repairs. After covering these expenses, each brother receives $340. How much did they pay in taxes? Think about it and let me know the answer. Okay, did you find C? 280? 280 is correct. This problem we're going to solve it by calculating backwards. So we are going to start with the last sentence here. After covering these expenses, each brother receives $340. So let's figure out in total how much they received. We just multiply 340 times 3 brothers and we get 2. 0, 2, retain 1. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay. So $1,020 for the 3 brothers in total. Now they spend $100 for repairs. Okay, so we add the $100, we get 1,020 plus 100, which is $1,120, which is the income for the brothers plus the money for repairs. Okay, and this is the sum that is left. This is the amount that is left after paying 20% in taxes, which again, think it in this way. this number here represents 80% of the total income from the rent. So they get the rent income, which is 100%, they pay 20% in taxes, and what is left, which is repairs money plus the brother's income, represents 80% of the rent. Okay, so 80% of x is the rent, is 1120. X equals 1120 times 100 over 80, 1 0 with 1 0. So 11200 divided by 8. 11 divided by 8 is 1 with a remainder of 3. 32 divided by 8 is 4, and I copy the 2 zeros at the end. So this is the rent, and therefore 20% of that is the taxes. Okay, so 20% times the rent equals to taxes, which will be 1/5 times 1400. We divide 1400 by 5. 2, remainder 4. 40 divided by 5 is 8, and I copy a 0 at the end. 280. Okay. And the last problem. A merchant makes 2 consecutive discounts for 10% each on a given product. What percentage of the initial price is the discounted price after the second discount? We've already solved this one. What is the answer? Okay. If you were paying attention, the answer is 81%. And I've already explained why. Originally 100% of X is the price. After first discount, I get to 90% of X. I subtract 10%, which is the discount. After second discount, I have 90%, I do another 10%, so it's 90% of the discounted price. So 90% times 90% of X, which is 81% of X. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you find value in this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.